Nigeria will never see me. I'm sure it's a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture. But what do you mean there was a fatal car crash where 2 people lost their lives? Okay. Involving Anthony Joshua. He didn't die. He's not one of the people that died. A very powerful man, very famous Nigerian boxer who just won like $100 million in a fight. And he had to be helped out of a car by regular pedestrians. Okay, cool. But then he was allegedly put in a police car because there's no ambulance. What the hell is going on? Nigerians always talking about how they got so much money, how they're not dirt poor, this, that, and the third. They always flexing they G-Wagons, they Lamborghinis. Why don't y'all have proper medical care? What is going on? I know it might be a little corrupt over there, but what the hell? You can't have medical attention for Anthony Joshua? He allegedly had to be flown back to the UK because y'all don't have proper medical care? What is going on? I'm sure y'all have a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture, but hell no, don't nobody need to be going over there.
And they paid him so much. You notice, say, when in there for that place, no single ambulance. I don't see any ambulance. I don't know if ambulance eventually reached there, but everybody did there. No ambulance. Now, human beings, street boys, the poor people of Nigeria. Because I dey tell you now, say, now poor people, they make this country work. Without the love in the heart of poor Nigerians, the poor people, the love of very few, the love of the poor. Now they make this country be like, say, one thing, do two things. If the poor people of Nigeria behave the same way the rich people of Nigeria behave, there will be no Nigeria in 48 hours. I repeat, if the poor people of Nigeria behave the way the rich people of Nigeria behave, there will be no Nigeria in 48 hours.
So here's what we know about the devastating car crash that took the lives of Anthony Joshua's 2 closest friends and why the internet has completely lost its mind with conspiracy theories. Bryce Mitchell just dropped some wild accusations against Jake Paul, Nigeria is facing harsh criticism, and fans are having intense emotional reactions. Plus, we'll check out how UFC fighters rang in the new year and a whole lot more.
And this is the problem. Look, he's one of the most rich and famous Nigerian athletes in the world. He goes and visits his home country. He gets in a fatal car crash where 2 of his friends are splayed out right next to him. And there's no police coming. There's no ambulance there. Not only there's no help, he's struggling to get out of the car. Like nobody's getting a gurney, or you call a stretcher. Nobody's help. They take out their phones and they start recording him. His countrymen, right? No, he's clearly he's in agony, and this is one of the lowest moments of his life. And they just start filming and recording him. And I know Speed just started his Africa tour right now. I like to stream today. I watched that stream. He's in Angola. But this is the reality of a lot of these third world countries. It's very similar to Haiti. I've been going to Haiti every year for Christmas my whole life, and it looks like Nigeria is very similar.
Fresh details keep emerging about this tragic accident involving Anthony Joshua, where his dear friends Sinagami and Latifah Adeli didn't make it out alive. The full story is absolutely heartbreaking. New video shows Joshua's group touching down at a Nigerian airport with the same driver already there waiting. Turns out this driver had 0 professional credentials and was just some local guy who got hired. They were riding in an armored bulletproof Lexus SUV when everything went wrong. According to investigators, the vehicle was moving way too fast, spun out of control during an overtaking maneuver, and slammed straight into a parked truck. The collision was so devastating that Gami and Ayadeli, who were up front, died on impact. Joshua was knocked unconscious in the back seat for roughly 10 minutes from the sheer force. The Lexus driver got released from medical care and could be looking at reckless driving charges. Nigerian authorities are also hunting for the truck driver, who apparently took off right after the collision happened. Joshua is currently getting treatment from top medical professionals at one of Nigeria's premier hospitals. People keep saying it was destiny that saved him, since sitting in the front could have been fatal.
And with the death thing, I don't know, I just look at life and I'm just like, man, it's crazy. Like, all of this stuff here, believe it or not, is a big distraction, in my opinion, because in the grand scheme of things, like, everything that I chase and everything that I want to own to make me feel relevant on this earth is not so important, because I can't take it with me. That's what's guaranteed is death. All that's going to be important is kind of like just living to the best of our capability. Ain't it mad how fast life will go? We'll be old, and one day all that will matter is living to the best of our capability. Like, I went to see my granddad the other day, and he's very old now. And I was just thinking, like, all that matters to him probably is who's looking after him at his elderly age, because he can't really look after himself anymore. But it's mad that at one stage in his life, like, going to work was the most important thing ever. And now, to that business, he's nothing, because he's too old. And to him, that work relationship he had with his life is nothing. It's not. Whatever you're doing in your lives, we're all going to die one day. So don't get too caught up in the bullshit and the hype. Live your life while you're here, because you never know what's going to, like, around. You've got heart attacks, disease, wars, like, life could just hit you like that. So try and enjoy every day. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't get too caught up in the bullshit.
Bryce Mitchell just dropped a bombshell that has everyone talking, directly pointing fingers at Jake Paul for this whole situation. Word is Mitchell posted this content across his Instagram and Twitter on December 10th, 2025, which was 9 days before Joshua was supposed to face Jake Paul. In his message, Mitchell speaks straight to Joshua with a warning about what he's calling a predetermined outcome. His exact words suggested that refusing to let Jake Paul win would result in Joshua's death, or at minimum, the deaths of his closest friends. The reaction on social platforms has been absolutely explosive, because nobody could believe he'd actually say something so outrageous. People kept asking if this was even real under his post. One fan shot back asking how Jake could possibly reach Ogun State in Nigeria, pointing out the challenging road conditions and drivers who ignore safety protocols, saying this has nothing to do with Jake. Another person commented that they were expecting conspiracy theories to pop up, and now they have one, calling it incredibly insensitive. Someone else wrote that while they're not usually into conspiracy thinking, this might actually be legitimate, then listed what happened to everyone who faced Jake Paul. They mentioned Nate Robinson disappearing from public view, Ben Askren nearly dying from lung complications, Tyron Woodley going bankrupt, Tommy Fury splitting from his attractive wife and now competing in marathons against middle-aged women, Ryan Borland quitting boxing to become a plumber, and Chavez Jr. getting deported post-fight. Another fan said they couldn't tell if Mitchell was serious or joking, given his history of ridiculous statements. Even Paulo Costa amplified the drama by resharing an image and claiming Jake Paul had crossed the line.
Quick video this morning on the AJ crash. AJ, you've got a guardian angel, my friend. God has his arms wrapped around you then. Condolences to the deceased. So terrible, young people. It just goes to show you, it's a stark reminder, but people, you've got to start paying attention. When driving a vehicle, you've got to be on clock at all times in a sound mind. Please don't drink. When you think it's all right, it's not. Please don't drug. When you think you can, you can't. It's a stark reminder that life's most fragile when you're enjoying yourself at the most. You know, when you're in a good time and you're not thinking and everything's dandy, that's when tragedy can strike. That's when you're most vulnerable. So may God give the deceased a good bed in heaven, 2 young men. But people have to wake up and start learning and start putting out there to people that you can't drive a vehicle at speed. You can't drink and drive, you can't drug and drive. Not saying any of these boys have been doing that, not at all. I'm just putting it out there, you know, because it's the time of year, it's Christmas, it's New Year. Now you've got to be careful the most, you know, especially with people walking about, other people, you know. When you get in the car, you must think of them, be in a sound mind and competent and pay due care and attention to everything you do. Again, condolences to the deceased's family. 2 young men should never have happened. AJ, God had his arms wrapped around you tight, you know, because looking at that crash, you're one lucky guy. And I'm pleased you're alive, son. I'm pleased you're alive. God bless you. People, take care and have an happy new year if you can.
What really disturbed fans was how the media handled everything. A Twitter user named Mukhtar noticed that Daily Mail removed a tweet about the crash while keeping the actual article live. The piece suggested Anthony Joshua's boxing career was uncertain following the fatal incident, creating concerns that the 36-year-old might have sustained more severe injuries than initially reported. Focus immediately turned to a potential £100 million super fight with Tyson Fury and whether it could still proceed given possible psychological damage. While most online discussions blame poor road infrastructure, a different perspective is emerging. An eyewitness recently shared their account online, explaining they were driving behind the convoy and witnessed reckless driving behavior. The truck wasn't blocking the road, but was properly positioned off the roadside in a legal stopping zone. They watched the vehicle suddenly veer right and initially thought it was pulling over, but the speed was concerning. Within seconds, they heard a massive crash. They suspect the driver either fell asleep or lost consciousness because there were no potholes or road obstacles, and the tire didn't blow out or detach. Pastor Kesey uploaded footage from the exact accident location, demonstrating that the road is actually in excellent condition. He explained that the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway ranks among Nigeria's smoothest roads, suggesting the crash resulted from driver error rather than infrastructure problems.
Look, Michael Morales, I knew I was talking about, the booty warriors and stuff like that, but you ain't have to straight up become one, dog. I mean, I understand like the booty warrior takeover is real, but you ain't got to become one to beat one. I hope you know that. But yeah, man, I don't know if this is just tradition now, right? A lot of these people say, it's a tradition down in, Ecuador, and this is what they do, right? I don't know what's the story behind it. I don't know the history behind it, but that's just, they say it's tradition. But it look like you just having a little too much fun out there. You out there twerking, twirling, you know what I'm saying? Throwing your hips like, nah, man. But yet again, the new year is approaching. And I just want to be honest with y'all. A lot of people say a new year, new me. Nah, that's always been you. And you need to go ahead and continue to be who you are 2026. Stand firm in what you do. Stand firm in who you are. And be proud of it, right? Michael Morales, go ahead and wear them dresses at the press conference. Go ahead and wear them dresses at the weigh-in. You a streetwalker, dog. We knew this for a while now. But for real, you might become a bigger star because of it. So this is my message, not just to Michael Morales, but to anybody watching. In this new year, be who you are. Don't try to change. Accept that you are what you is, and everything will be okay. Life will be so much easier to accept if you just accept who you are inside. And that is my message here for 2026. See y'all in the new year.
This tragedy has created an emotional firestorm online with deeply split reactions. While many people show genuine sympathy, others have posted cruel and controversial remarks targeting Nigeria, blaming the entire country instead of focusing on the lives that were lost. This sparked fierce responses from Nigerians online, who described these comments as hurtful and unjust. The conversation rapidly moved from the accident itself toward bigger questions about prejudice, false information, and how social media platforms often boost insensitive content. An ex-user named Jordan Beck wrote that the victims' bodies were left exposed on the highway while traffic continued flowing, with vehicles actually driving through their blood, specifically mentioning Lati's decapitated body.
I feel like I'm like, oh. Ow! Wait. Am I gonna eat shit? Oh. I can't believe it. Check. oğlum dur.
Hugo, happy Marcos, bravo. Schengen sorry. Go bismillah. What do you? Vaktan guri davlıyor. Vaktan guri. Schengen sorry. What do you? What? Schengen sorry. Hoş geldin. Hugo. Sakartvelos.
Yavrucuğum.
Schengen sorry. Hello.
Mira que lindo. ¿Tienes vino?
Who is she? She's your friend? So, Opa! You love South Uncle Happy New Year! Uncle you love South. I'm gonna like this. Watch this. Let's go.
Let's go.
España, Madrid.
Vamos. ესენი როგორ ხმაურობენ?
Sneko also called out Nigerians who were recording Anthony Joshua on their phones right after the fatal crash instead of offering assistance.
Buying one when this came out, we didn't sell them. We donated so few of them. And he's like the old man watching me.
Tyson Fury recently posted an Instagram clip of Anthony Joshua discussing life and death, writing thoughts and prayers with AJ and the families who have lost loved ones.
There's going to be no excuses from anyone on the planet. When I beat him, I have beaten the greatest pound-for-pound fighter on the planet right now. Your excuses are all finished. There's none. Don't look for them. Don't pick on them. I'll beat the #1 pound-for-pound on the planet. I'll beat a champion of the world. And then we can start the aggressive.
Say as well, like he's not small well.
No, he's a big dude.
You're like,
There's no excuses, no, none whatsoever.
No.
When I beat Islam Makhachev and I win the world title, there will be no excuses from anyone, anywhere on the planet. End of, done. They all look for something. They all want that claim, oh, you know, it was this, it was that. No, it couldn't have been you. It couldn't have been. That Ian's just better than you.
John Fury also responded to Anthony Joshua's tragic situation. Social media is buzzing with videos of fighters celebrating the new year, but one particular moment really caught everyone off guard. Michael Morales completely embraced Ecuador's New Year's Eve customs by putting on widow's clothing and dancing through the streets. Fan reactions were split between those who thought it was amazing and others who were totally confused. The footage went viral instantly and started major discussions. Joaquin Buckley responded by questioning whether this was actually traditional or if Morales was just getting carried away. Alex Pereira just made his relationship with fellow UFC athlete Tracy Cortez official after they spent New Year's Eve together and shared it publicly online. The news spread fast when Championship Rounds posted an image from Pereira's Instagram featuring the new couple. Fans immediately swarmed social media with their thoughts. Some made jokes about Cortez's former boyfriend Brian Ortega, although sources indicate Ortega has already moved forward and married his children's mother last year. Arman Saruki showed off his Richard Mille Ferrari timepiece worth over $1 million. He hinted it was a New Year's present without revealing the source, just posting a brief message online saying thank you Santa. Ian Gary thinks the only method to stop all the negativity is by defeating Islam Makhachev and claiming the championship belt, sending everyone love and good health for the new year because these are what I consider the essential elements for true happiness.